But the biggest name the Lions brought in,
Joey Harrington.
not Joey Harrington, the third best cornerback on the market from a lot of different sources, Cameron Sutton of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They brought him in. They gave him a deal. I already talked about the first year of his deal. It's only a $1.1 million hit. This is a guy, Chris, can you put up the graphic with his stats on it? It's impressive, very impressive what he did last year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can see it right there. Only a 44.4 completion percentage allowed when targeted by Cam Sutton. That's top 5 since 2017 in the NFL, since 2016 on a minimum of 50 targets. He only allowed a 69.6 passer rating allowed when targeted. This guy, they brought him in here to solidify the back end of that defense. They gave him some money, and hopefully we see him ball out for the Lions next year. I love it. I think everybody knew that they needed to address the cornerback position. It wasn't a secret that the Detroit Lions were going to address the cornerback position this offseason. And they did it right away with one of the best on the market, 28 years old. He's going to come in here, provide some of that veteran leadership. I was listening to an interview with Cam Hayward, who is probably a Hall of Famer, a fantastic player for the Pittsburgh Steelers for a long time. He said that Cam Sutton is his favorite player on the defense, his favorite guy to play with, because of the intelligence he plays with, because of what he does on and off the field, how versatile he is, and the attitude and the tenacity that he brings to the game. So it seems like this is a guy that will fit in perfectly with Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn's system. This is a guy who had the best year of his career last year, and he's looking to build on that for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, and even here's this other stat, too, that kind of ties in with how he'll fit in with the Lions.
Yeah, Cameron Sutton allowed just 32 receptions on 72 targets in 2022. That's the 44.4% completion percentage. Was tied for fourth lowest in a season since 2016. It's impressive. This is a high-talent guy who made plays. You can move him around. He can play nickel. He can play outside. I love it. It's a great sign.
Got a couple more stats for you. And if you guys are the PFF type, you'll like these ones. If that's what floats your boat. And I got some for the regulars like myself. Top 5 in man coverage grades. This guy, Cam Sutton.
That's pretty good.
Top five. That's nice.
That's pretty good.
All right. The man covers the Detroit Lions. Maybe they move something different. Top 7 in zone.
That's also pretty good.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All right. Top 3 in pass breakups this season.
I'd say that's pretty good.
Tied for most interceptions and pass breakups. Combine the two.
Yep.
That's tied for the most.
That's pretty good.
That's number 1.
That's pretty
Very
good.
nice. Some might say he's also an elite tackler and just one of the smartest players in the field. He's 27 years old, going on 28, entering a young backfield, a young secondary for the Detroit Lions. This is everything we asked for. I remember at some point, maybe 3 weeks ago, we talked about bringing in Marcus Peters. We talked about bringing in Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay. Just smart veteran minds to help, I guess, raise up these young guys. The cerebral types we talked about that end up coaching, the guys that play the game just through being smarter. This is what we got. We got everything we asked for at only $11 million a year.
Yeah.
Some may say he's a borderline CB1. Some say CB2. Again, in the Detroit Lions defense, he's definitely going to be CB1. And I just love having the veteran leadership. Again, I don't think this – here's another question for, I guess, the listeners and for you, Spinny, Chris, JB. Because me personally, I don't think this changes the draft board too much. I still think cornerback is high up there. I still think Gonzalez at 6 is a strong possibility, whether it's Gonzalez and or Witherspoon. I'm still down with that. And I think having a Cam Sutton is the perfect hand up into the league.
It is. It is great. You talk about how much Rasheem Mathis affected Darius Slay's growth, where you get a guy back there who's been around the league, who's performed at a high level, who knows what he's doing to help mentor a young cornerback. I do think it's still on the board. Obviously now they don't need to get it right away.
Yeah.
So I don't know at 6 if that's realistic. But I think that this is so important because they are still going to add one of these young corners in the draft.
Yeah.
They are going to. And having a guy back there like Cam Sutton that's been around, that has been in the league for a while, that has played at an extremely high level, like you said, top 10 last year in every stat you could want out of a corner.
Yeah.
It's
pretty fucking
imperative for the growth of a young cornerback. And looking on the money side of things, I know I talked to it a little bit in the intro, but Eric Schlitt posted this on Twitter, so shout out to him. But Cameron Sutton's full contract, his 2023 base salary is $1.1 million fully guaranteed.
You love it.
You love it. It creates more flexibility, gives you the option to go after, grab a guy, maybe do something here or there.
Grab him by the.
This is a home run. This is a home run signing for Brad Holmes.
I think,
Unless he completely falls off a cliff, which I pray doesn't happen. I don't think is going to happen because he's shown, like you said, man coverage, zone coverage, pass breakups, interceptions. He's great in all of them. He's shown the ability to play multiple positions. I think this is a home run for Brad Holmes.
Yeah, I think in the grand scheme of things, you have to do a little bit of the homework on the situation. It's brilliant. And I think it's something that tells you it's a good move either way, regardless of the numbers and doing your own homework on it. We went over Brad Holmes' first 2 free agency classes last week, Smitty.
Yes.
The most he's ever committed to any of his free agents off the open market was 2 years. The most he's ever spent on any free agent was $10 million. That was on a 1-year deal with DJ Chark.
DJ Chark, yes.
This guy got $33 million from a guy who was respectably kind of stingy.
Yes.
Was spending the money. A 3-year commitment on that $33 million. 21 of it guaranteed. If you guys want to sit here, whether you're listening on your phones, your laptops, wherever, make sure you guys leave a 5-star review, hit the like button, and you want to say you trust Brad Holmes when he makes a move like this, and then we have the numbers behind it to back him up. That's a damn good signing.
That's the reason you trust Brad Holmes, is because he's talked about he's not going to go out there and as much. I've sat here and said Tremaine Edmonds. The guy went out there and got $18 million a year. That's not realistic for where the Lions are at right now with the cap space to pay a guy like that much money. But you get the 3rd best defensive back in this free agent class on a good deal that works with the books. He fits the scheme. He is, like I said, every single player on the Pittsburgh Steelers says he's the smartest guy on the field. Fits the scheme, fits the culture, is a great player, and you get him on a good number. You can't ask for more than that out of a free agent signing, especially at a severe position of need, which the cornerback was for the Detroit Lions. It's impressive on all counts. I love it.
I love it too.
A+ signing for Cam Sutton.
By the way, a great way to see like how valuable a player is to a franchise when you pick him up in free agency from another one that you're not familiar with. Look at the response from the following fan base, the previous fan base. Steelers fans were upset. A lot of the terms used dog, brilliant, beast, great open field tackler, all that stuff. There wasn't a single like good riddance, he's not worth that. No, Steelers fans were upset about this one. Spinning based off what you said, everything you kind of hype over it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Coming off of the depressed Tremaine Edmonds signing of the Chicago Bears, you hype for Cam Sutton. Is it A+ for you or A?
It is A+ for me. It is an A+ signing for me. I think it, like I said, it's a great deal. It's a great number. And don't forget, check out the podcast anywhere you find podcasts. Anywhere you listen to your podcast, go look for the Woodward Heavyweight, subscribe, and leave a 5-star review. But I do think it's an A+ signing. Like we talked about, all great in man, great in zone, great playing the ball, great tackling in the open field.
Yeah.
And you got him on a good number, and he's still he's only 28 years old. So
yeah, Chris, we have a for the the stat junkies, the PFF nerds. We have a graph here.
Oh yeah.
For
this
my guy
really
Cam
nice.
Sutton. I don't remember exactly what they were. Go throw that thing up so we read it out loud. Oh yeah, I can't read that one.
Yeah, the cornerback receiving yards allowed versus incompletions forced. And they had it broken down into 4 categories.
With a minimum of 60 times
With a minimum
targeted.
of 60 attempts their way. And right there, right in the middle, with guys like James Bradbury, pretty good, right? You know, Sauce Gardner, he's pretty good. DJ Reed, he's pretty good. Jamel Dean, that guy's pretty good. Tariq Woolen, right there in lockdown. Cameron Sutton,
A+.
A+.
Grade. And then you want to go to like the money
A+.
side of it. People who are nerdy like me or sometimes like Neil, he decides that off days and on days where cap space matters. But we also, I don't know if you made a graphic of this one yet, Chris, but Eric Schlitt with the contract details that you mentioned too, Spinny, only $1 million of a cap hit this year.
Yep,
is that correct?
that is correct.
Sheesh, dude. Look
Base
at that.
salary 1.1 fully guaranteed his first year.
So I mean, technically, as much as like we see that $33 million and we're looking at the Lions $20 million, which may turn to 30 if they cut Big V or whatever they decide to do with Romeo Quara, people who may think, oh damn, like they spent this $11 million out the gate and they gave some to Alexander Deloney, which we're going to discuss about here shortly too, and they're thinking, damn, Detroit Lions must be done. Nah, and knowing Brad Holmes too, He signed you on those 1 year prove it deals. You got a couple agent vets out there that may be looking for like 1 to 2 year deals. At the linebacker position, which we still need, which we're going to discuss because they did re-sign Alex Anzalone.
They did re-sign Alex Anzalone.
Bobby Wagner's out there still. Levante David's out there still. I mean, looking at the way that contract's structured, if they really wanted to, and if they're willing to come here to Detroit, that's something that they're able to do.
It's
Brown's
beautiful.
nice like that.
Yeah, it is beautiful working of the salary
By the
cap.
numbers.
By the numbers. You keep it open. You keep your options open, and you're getting quality product for him. A deal that makes him happy. A deal that makes you happy.
Yeah.
A deal great for both parties. And like I said, man, this is a great signing. This is something that, like I said, the Lions needed. It was the biggest position of need for the Detroit Lions, and they went out there and got one of the best guys on the market.